Okay, right here is a trade that I took on the 27th of March, and as you can see I used the failure gap as an entry, and you're gonna see me get stop out right here. And after I get stop out, explain the I'm going to review the trade right here. Okay, so basically I broke two rules. The first rule is that if we have two consecutive failure gap like this, okay, the stop loss should allow the price to trade at least into the lower failure gap right here, as you can see. And basically I just demanded being right in this trade, and also I did not pull my stop loss manually. Okay, it was a preset stop loss, but because of the averaging of price, it did not give me the stop loss that I want, and therefore I should have just moved it basically. But I did not feel like it because well, I was a bit too rigid about a rule that once a stop loss is placed you don't move it. And yeah, right here you can see that I placed a limit order, but then I cancel it because the displacement right there was already a too far for me to use any fair gap to enter. So yeah, it basically just stopped me out just to go to my direction. And yeah, to be honest, it's the first time in my whole trading career that this happened. And just showing you guys the execution. And yeah, basically the stop loss wasn't exactly where I wanted it to be, and I did not listen to the analyst in me, and I just let myself get stopped out right there. And so I just journaling right now, just figuring out what went wrong, because it was pretty much it was the first time, and yeah, it did not feel good. And so in the starting of the video, I already stated out the two mistakes I made in this trade, and no doubt that if I'm accustomed enough, because actually the trade idea did not nothing changed for the trade idea. Okay, it basically just kissed back the first presented failure gap during the opening range, and it just rejects like that. So basically, I can still look for discount arrays because I'm looking for that blue line 5772 or so. We are still quite far from our draw on liquidity, but clearly you did not see me do so. And yeah, I just type a mohawk just stop me out like that. And like I said, that in this trade, the mistakes here, no, the lessons here to learn is even for stop loss placement, not just take profit. For stop loss placement, it should be placed in a manner where being wrong is nothing. Okay, it should place in a manner where you don't have to be right. Yeah, and when I placed the stop loss right there, because it was a preset one, it did not give. I presetted 20 ticks. Okay, I preset 20 ticks, and it did not give me 20 ticks of stop loss. So because of the average price, and that's why it feels really really weird at the same time, for as it's my first time. But I was just measuring how many points I could get, just typing one thing and it stopped me out. And yeah, basically the stop loss placement right here was not where I would have put it if I drag it, because it is right close to the first presented fair value gap low, and also we have that fair value gap right at there. So actually, the stop loss, if you ask me, the lowest threshold it could be, well, we just take a look at my journal. Okay, right here. Okay, this is basically a screenshot from my journal. So as you can see right there, there is couple levels drawn, and basically nothing changed in this setup. Okay, nothing changed. Okay, it just rejected. It just retest the 930 fair gap low, and also it did not even touch the upper quadrant of the lower fair gap. Okay, that's why you see 5734.75 wasn't touched at all, and you can see right here that my stop loss was 5735.25, and the entry it was filled at 5738.25. So no, it was filled at 5739.75. So if we got a 5 point stop loss, which is 20 ticks, I should have gotten the placement of 574.75. And right now you can see right here 5734.75 is just 2 ticks above the 5734.25, which is the upper quadrant of a inversion order block. Okay, inversion bearish order block, but in the buy side delivery curve it should act as a inversion. Okay, it should act like a support. So you can see that I type right here. So as you can see, the lowest threshold stop was 5733.5, but we can also put our stop loss at the 5734.25, which is also the bearish inversion order block. Okay, so all these placement is fine, but if the stop loss had my preset 20 ticks, okay, it would have been placed at 5734.75, and right here we can see that it did not touch at all. 5734.75 is the upper quadrant of this BC, so meaning that it should have been a winning trade. It should have been a winning trade. Okay, but there's something that I want to acknowledge here is also that this is just trading. Trading itself is imperfect. Life itself is imperfect, and given that trading is a lifestyle, we should embrace imperfections. And I believe that a lot of scenario like this will happen because this is a human error mistake. Okay, it's my mistake, and when my analysis told me that the stop wasn't where I wanted to be, I could have just adjusted it down a couple ticks, but I did not do so because I was rigid with once the stop loss is placed, we do not enlarge the risk. But actually, I wasn't enlarging the risk. Even if I just move it down a little bit, it's just going to be a couple ticks, and I was only trading with 2 contracts. So yeah, being do not strive to be right, and also do not strive to be perfect. Being perfect is what caused my losing trade right here, and it's been quite a few days, and right now I'm feeling nothing anymore. But looking at this trade, it was such a beautiful trade. Okay, I entered with the right entry, but my stop loss placement was too perfect. I did not think about what if the mohawks. Okay, so as you can see that I also typed that there is the first present fair have a volume imbalance also. So the stop loss should be a few ticks below all this that it can potentially trade back to, because it is permissible. It is really permissible at a market like that. So going back that, yeah, I was wrong with my stop loss placement because I did not listen to my analysts, and if I were to adjust it, it's no problem. So I want to also acknowledge right here that do not be rigid with the numbers. Numbers are just guide. Numbers are just there so that you do not over leverage. Numbers are just there to keep things simple and easy. Numbers are not there to be rigid with. So, if I just adjusted the stop loss and stuff, it's going to be a good trade. It's going to be a winning trade. But I wouldn't learn this lesson to be not perfect with my stop loss, to allow mohawks to not trade, not be rigid, to not trade with tight stop loss, because you're not ICT, Benjamin. You just started doing this. You should strive to be wrong but profitable. And right here, the stop loss placement was the main problem why I got stopped out. Okay, so I acknowledge that, and just trade according to price. Okay, most important thing is price, Benjamin. Time and price. Well, this was the 950 macro. My entry was entered maybe ahead of the 950 macro by 1-2 minutes, but I was already expecting movement. I have a bias and everything, so everything was done right. The stop loss placement was a human error, so I believe it's gonna happen a lot in my career, but I'm going to not let this kind of mistake happen again, because right now this is the first time, and I'm gonna say that I think I've been trading with quite tight stop loss, and it's those kind of stop loss where the mohawks will just take me out. But this right here, okay, this trade right here is I broke the concept rules, so it's a good lesson to learn, and also it's a good reminder that being wrong but profitable, and being wrong but profitable is in every trade. That is my goal right now. So I intend to do what I think. So most important thing, trade based on time and price, not the numbers. Okay, because right here, as we can see in this trade, being rigid is what that caused my losing trade. And also, I was too I did not listen to the analyst also. So always listen to the analyst. Okay, always listen to the analyst. Always trade price. Do not trade based on numbers, because it's just a guideline. We can have a little bit of flexibility around it, and that's what I believe, because trading is just like that. The world is not perfect. Nothing is perfect in this world. So we got to trade, strive to be wrong but profitable in every trade, Benjamin, and keep on going. Great trade, great trade.